Get them windows in at the top. I haven't been here since fucking probably the 90s. Yeah, 98. DJing 100%. Started when I was 12, but I'd been involved in it since literally a kid. My brother had a sound system and ran a pirate radio from the flat from 85, so before I was born, and I literally grew up in it. I didn't start the production till maybe 2008, 2009, so yeah, I was late to the game with that, but I think I tried to make up for it since. That's how I used to jump.
Yeah. And there was an anti-climb paint.
Yeah,
on the top of it.
Always.
Yeah. Go home, your clothes got that big black mark on it.
Bro,
yeah,
that ain't it. You're no fucking trousers. Wow, that's a big one. So many. My brother, first and foremost, the biggest musical influence on me. He had a crew called Smart Boys. They were like the foundation of what I now do, was built on that, and also like a lot of sound system culture. So every King Tubby, King Jammy, those producers really, like looking back now, I didn't know at the time, but they really set the tone for the style and the vibe that I like to make and play. Garage, like growing up in London when I did, just there was pirate radio galore, so you just turn on your radio and it sounded different. So that was the sound really that got me interested in doing music. I loved sort of everything that I was brought up on, but garage really was the first sort of thing to capture my attention and that I started playing with. I remember a brother who used to live there, white bro, that he got sent to a boarding school and he used to come back, and then there would always, when he'd run away from there and he'd come back and there'd always be feds looking for him, and he'd always be somewhere around here hiding. I'm sure it was. So I started a label because it was quite a lot of no's from other labels that I was sending stuff to if they was replying. So I had so much music and no one was really getting back to me on it, and I believed in the shit, so I was sending it out to people and they was playing it, and you know, I was getting good feedback, but I was like, right, nowhere to put it. So I started my own label, and I went on a mad one, like 2020 or 2021. I put out a track a week for a year. And then once that started to get a little bit of traction, then I started releasing other people's music. And yeah, just wanted it to be a platform for people that were in the same position as me, and crew, you know what I mean? Anybody who I'd come across because I'd noticed their work ethic or a sound or, you know, something that I sparked my interest. I'd hit them up, see if they had anything when they wanted to put it out, and yeah, that was where the label was that was why the label was kicked off. It's called Don't Just. It's short for Don't Just Press Play, and that philosophy is pretty much everything I do. Whatever it is that you're doing or you're putting yourself into, don't just. Do you know what I mean? Put everything in, balls to the wall, go for gold. What I want to know is what are these little cut-throughs about? Because they have them, like, the whole estate. And we used to just... What was... It definitely helped. I'm going to go for... Kink's one of my absolute favourites. He just has such a playful way of his productions, but it's also really interesting and just has a feel like nobody else. shit. Masters at Work have got to be up there, I'd say, for vibes. Do you know, like they did it like no one else, or do it like no one else. And I'm gonna go for King Jammy. It's not like on a house tip, but yeah, his productions shaped so much. We were like, it's only like more recently looking back at some of the music that's had the biggest impact on me, and I'm like, rah, he was behind this artist, this tune, that rhythm. So yeah, there's an infinite amount more. They're just three right now that I could sort of pull and say they've had a massive impact. Mr. G, I'm sneaking him in there because just, yeah. I use a Pioneer SP16, Roland TR8, a few different synths, but the one I'm rolling with mainly now is the Pioneer AS1, an RMX 1000. DJ mixers, my favorite right now is the Pioneer V10, and a CDJ. And I use that setup to create music live. So I improvise a palette of sounds, then I'll have vocals and maybe some synth sort of jams that I might make in a studio. And that's sort of how I use the CDJ. The SP16 is where I write my melodies and bass lines, and it's normally where my main kick and another little bit of percussion comes from. Then the TR8 is most of my drums and sort of this allow me to sort of use that more as an instrument for energy in the room. And then I use the DJ mixer as a my main mixing board to control the effects and the volumes, and yeah, to use it to play with. These are sheds, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you had a bike in there, it weren't there for long. Especially these ones are out the way. That is a question. Shit. Sorry, bro, I'm gonna have to really think about this. Oh, man, there's been so many. The favourite to date, I think one of the most monumental would have been Boomtown this year, 2023. That festival, I pretty much started going to it as a punter from it started, and I had dreams to play it for the longest time. So, you know, going there with my friends and my family as well, like my nieces and nephews and brothers, we would all go there as like almost our family thing. So, you know, from the kids, my niece and nephew being kids there, and me wanting to play it through to this year, like they're all old enough, 18 and 21, and going out and doing their thing, and then getting booked to play three shows there this year. I think that was a monumental like moment for me, like on a personal one on the journey. I say not just me, like my people that have been with me on this mission. So yeah, that was one of the most poignant. That was a wall for the longest.
Yeah.
There was a little.
That was eventually.
Yeah, that was yeah.
So now, 2 minutes to get to Church Street, other than having to walk all the way around. I just walk all the way around, or like climb over that fence, go down the hill, go.
Yeah, that was the method. Life, 100%. Like, just experiencing life is the biggest sort of channel for me. Like going out and living, then just taking that experience and trying to express it and interpret it. So, like, almost try to document my life with sound. So yeah, that. Whoa, bro. Mad.
That was there buzzing that buzzer.
Trust.
That's that hurt the house.
Chase.
That's mad.
That's where it all started. Mad. That is a hard one. You know what? I'm going to say DC10 in Ibiza, Circo Loco, probably because it changed the most for me. Like, I really started to learn and understand music very different by going there. And going there every Monday, it opened my eyes and ears to new sounds, and it really inspired me. So yeah, there's something about DC10, just being in the garden, sort of 8, 9 o'clock, planes landing, everyone cheering, just yeah, there's a rawness and energy to it that is unmatched. And being in the terrace, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, just when it's thinned out enough that you can move again, and it's magic. If you haven't been there and you ain't experienced it yet, make sure if you go to Ibiza that that's something you do, because so many people I know, life's got changed by going there. You understand it. Do you know what I mean? Go, get involved, experience the thing, and see where it takes you. Man, I'm trying to think who lived here. Oh. Do you know what? There's so many, and I'm just gonna hit it with Wired. On a personal level, Wired Music, that was the first label that gave me a chance and fucking believed in it. The guy who's behind it, J.O.S.H.U.A, he put me onto so many things and really believed in me. So without him and that label, the journey would have been very different. So yeah, I'm going to go for Wired because J.O.S.H.U.A and the label's sick, and what they're doing now is amazing. It's different music that I'm even really involved in, even though actually I have got a remix coming out on there soon. But yeah, just on a personal level, Wired, because I know it's done independently, and he's going worldwide with it now. So yeah, big up Enzo and all the Wired crew. Also pretty weird because big up Chloe Robinson and DJ ADHD. What they're doing with Pretty Weird is, I love it. Like they're not fucking trying to fit in. They're doing themselves, and it's really different, and I feel like it's really a label that's letting sounds from wherever they are be. And if that don't make sense, it's just like, if it's a true sound that represents an artist, like Nicky Nair, he's put stuff out on there and it's just like so unique. It's pretty weird, but it's fucking dope. What Chloe and ADHD did with Pax, it really changed like club music. You know, when I heard what those guys was doing, it gave me faith, because I was like, right, there's a crew of people doing stuff, and like it just gave me a place to feel like I could fit in. So Pretty Weird, I love that label and the people behind it as well. My answers are always going to be like from a personal perspective, not necessarily on a big scale, but yeah, Pretty Weird. Imagine one of the things that stuck out for you the most was Mum's windows being gleaming.
No,
They must have been so bad afterwards that stuck in your mind. You was like, bro, them windows used to be gleaming.